Hey guys, how's it going? I find it funny how I've had this tractor around the shop now for probably going on 3 years. And this is going to be the first video I have ever filmed on this tractor other than the one when I had first got it, just kind of showing it off, and that was about it. Previously on the channel, well, actually there are videos on this tractor on this channel of it doing snow plowing and it going to shows, and I think there's one of it dragging logs, and that's really about it, which kind of surprises me. This has been a pretty good little tractor in the time I've owned it, and I've actually never really looked it over as far as I know. I just kind of jumped on it when I first got it, jumped on it, and we used it, and there you go. Although it was running when I got it, I didn't really have to do anything to it. I think the only thing I've ever had to do on this tractor is change a starter solenoid, I think, and that's it. And that was actually pretty recent. The oil has been changed in it. The air filter has been changed in it. I need to do the rear end fluid still. So in today's video, I want to do some minor adjustments to this tractor. This tractor is, as far as I know, completely original, all except for that starter solenoid. The points and condenser and the whole ignition system's original. The carburetor's original. I'll show you that here in a minute. The belts are original. The one belt I've replaced. The one that goes back to the transmission is still original. Tires are original. Well, actually, I don't know if the tires are original. I know the front rims are original. The rear rims I know are not original. Rear rims and tires, they are original to a Patio. They are not the originals to this tractor, believe it or not. Front tires I don't believe are original. I believe those have been changed out for the later style tires, because the original style tires this would have rolled out of the factory with are the ones on that side of this 140. So these are the later style ones that would have come out on the 200 series. However, the rear tires are original 69. Whether they're, I know they're not original to this tractor, but what they're original to, I don't quite remember. So yeah, seat's not original. I'm sure you figured that out. Somebody at some point painted it. It was a painted over Patio, I'm guessing by the dealer. However, somebody ended up, well, I don't know if it was painted by the dealer, because the way that it's painted, it had a black frame and a black dash tower, and the rest of it was green. It had the wrong decal on the hood. It had an electric lift decal on it, where it's supposed to have just a 112 decal. Not even a 112 decal. It's just supposed to have a Patio decal, kind of like what my red Patio has on it. Come on, that's what it's supposed to be right there. There you go, that's what it's supposed to be right there. So that one had the wrong decal on the hood, and the Patio decal wasn't anywhere I can find it. So somebody got their hands on it and unfortunately painted it over, which, to be honest, it looks kind of cool. I really like the way this tractor looks, so I've left it alone. I've had people ask me in the past about repainting it, and my answer has always been no, because this is original dogwood white. Those rear tires are not the originals to it. However, underneath the yellow, they are original dogwood white. The front tires are original dogwood white too on the back, actually, and I'll show you. You can see right there, there's some dogwood white poking out of them, and then if you come up to the front tires, take a look in there, you can see they're still white. They never got painted yellow, which I thought was kind of cool. I owe this tractor a bath. I don't think it's ever really gotten a good bath. Well, I've cleaned it, but I've never really gone over it and scrubbed it. So this has been a good little tractor to me in the time I've had it. A few things that I want to do is I want to adjust the brakes on it, because it absolutely needs the brakes adjusted. They're a little loose. And I also snowplow with this tractor, which unfortunately, I'm thinking this is going to be the last winter season I snowplow with this tractor as a main tractor. If I end up snowplowing with it in the future, it'll be a backup tractor. This thing is this thing is so original. The ignition system is all original. The coil is original. This is the original carb right here. And you can see that's the butterfly. Is that the butterfly moving around? Oh, that comes off. That's not supposed to do that. But as you can see, this thing is completely original and it's kind of wore out. I have not changed that. I have left it alone, but it's got everything, like I said, everything on it is completely original. So, like I said before, I want to see about doing the rear end. I'm considering, since I'm gonna have the fender pan off of it, changing out the oil in the transmission. I don't think that would be too hard to do at all. I might change that back belt while I'm thinking about it, and I don't know. But I do, and I also want to adjust the helper spring while I'm thinking about it so I can get it a little tighter so it's a little easier to lift that blade. And I also want to take some tension off of this lift lever because, well, you should not do that. So that's the plan. Let me go on ahead and get you guys set up in the tripod and let's dive into this guy and we'll get him all took care of and back in shape. Got that clutch pedal off there, so now all we should have to do, I believe, is take these knobs off here. We take the knobs off, and then after we get these knobs, wrench for that, off, we should be good to go. It's been a while since I've had one of these off, so. Well, and I've never had the one off, this one, to my knowledge, so. All I'm trying to do is just hold that so I can get in here and turn that knob. It's on there pretty good, I'm finding out. Even though I haven't been able to get on it yet. I even just grab a longer wrench and put it up against the dash. Yes, we got it. Threads don't look bad, so why did it come off so rough? Nonetheless, we got it off. So I think now, all that we should have to do is just pick up on it and pull back. I don't see anything sitting on it. There you go. First time I've had that off. Yeah, check that out. Somebody had that off at some point, it looks like. And I put that on there, so I know that's not factory. So what do we adjust for the brakes? It's that right there. It actually looks like we got to pull that helper spring out in order to really get to it. Let me move you guys to the other side. So to me, it looks like we're going to have to take the helper spring out. This is your helper spring right here. And it hooks up to the thing on the rock shaft. There's a little hook that hooks up to, and that's what helps assist lifting and lowering your snowplow, or if you put a sleeve hitch on the back of it, that's what that's used for. So we want to take this off. There we go. Did not expect that, but there we go. It's your helper spring, and like I said, that hooks into the thing up here on the rock shaft. Oh, I had it extended all the way forward, that's why. Yeah, right there. I forgot I had that forward. I was wondering why it had so much pressure on it. And then this right here is your brake. That's what you take and adjust in order to get more breakage out of it. I'll probably have to throw the pedal back on it, which I was afraid of, because that's such a pain to get off. But you take that and you adjust it. Sometimes you can get away with bending that rod. I'm gonna take that whole rod out more than likely. Does this move? Oh, it does. Okay, cool. And I think we'll just take the whole rod out. May as well. Since we're in it this far, take the whole rod out and clean it out. And then right there's your brake assembly. Does it still has any rubber? Yeah, it's still got rubber. Cool. Oh no, no more brakes. Let me get under the front of it, and I'm going to get that other end pulled out, and then we'll take that over to the bench and go through it. So I got the key to come out of that shaft for the pedal. I figured we'd go on ahead and see about fixing up that pedal, or cleaning up that shaft, I mean, and seeing about tidying up that key, because it's in pretty bad shape. I'm guessing whoever tried taking it apart before played rough on it. It explains why it came out so hard. And I also would like to point out, also someone drilled a hole in it, which makes me ask some questions. You can see it right there. That's not factory, this is, and then there's a hole right there, which I think that might be factory, but I'm not completely sure. Here's another one. There we go. We'll grab a towel. Look at that. That looks nice. Cool, cleaned up well. And I'm just coming in here trying to see about getting all the dirt out. And then that's inside. Wonder if it'll go on there easier now. Oh yeah, definitely. So now what I think I want to do, there we go, is I want to just send that all the way through. That should hopefully clean this out. Which way are we turning it? We're turning it that way. Yeah, I would say that did it. Oh yeah, I'd say that definitely cleaned it out. Nice. Yeah, look at that. That goes on there a lot easier now. So let me grab that key. There it is right there. You can see it took some abuse. I want to try to clean that off, and I want to try to flatten that. And I think that's all we should really need to do with this. So let's see about getting this back on here. And hopefully once we get this back in there, we should, that's not good. We should be able to get that pedal back over it. We'll flip it around if we have to. Not trying to get it on there permanently, I'm just trying to get it so I can get this adjusted is really it. I want to adjust I want to get that linkage off there. I haven't been able to do that yet because you can't really get to it unless you have that. So hopefully now I should be able to get that off. So let's see about getting this guy took care of. I got him out of the tractor. I want to take this off, and then once I do that, all we should have to do is clean them threads. We might want to take, well, we might just want to take it whole assembly apart. See why not. There we go. We'll probably run through this with a tap. Actually, it looks fine. I might anyway. Do we want to take those off there, or do we just want to leave that alone? Those are the adjusting nuts, is what I'm guessing, for pulling more tension on that. I think I'm going to leave them alone. I think they're about as far as they will go. But this right here isn't attached to these, it's just in there, kind of floating around. These pull, or when you push the pedal, it pulls on that spring, it compresses that spring, pulling that out. That's how that works. I'm not a huge fan of that setup, to be honest with you, but it does work. So I'm going to take this up front, I'm going to clean the threads up on that, and then once I do that, I will bring it back and we will got that put on there. Let's just see how the thread's on there pretty good, I would say myself. Let's just thread it on there as far as we can get it, and that'll be, I'd say that'll be where I leave it. There we go. So let's try that and let's see how that. Got that brake linkage. Got that brake linkage. Let's try again. I got that brake linkage hooked back up and everything else on there that needs to be. I also did some slight adjustments and I got the pedal stuck back on. Let's fire it up and let's see how it drives. Since we're thinking about it, no, there's no seat, but you don't need a seat. Let's see if we can even get on it. Fun. How's that? You figure something out. I would put the fender pan back on it, but I want to change that fluid, so. that feels better. Definitely. So let's see about putting this helper spring on here. Shouldn't be too hard. Just take it and put it in there. Oh, we gotta go grab that one. And another thing I did is take this bolt and clean it up, and I also ran a tap through these threads. Hopefully that'll make it thread easier, which it does seem like it is. We'll adjust that. Yeah, I'm going ahead and adjust that now, I guess. Let me throw the blade on the front of it and we'll get that. I got that blade stuck on the front of the tractor. I want to tighten on that a little bit and just see. I don't want to go too much, you know. That's the arm that's going to be lifting it. I don't want it pulling up on the blade. You know. I would say that right there feels good to me. So, I guess now the next thing we need to do is we need to get the fluid drained out of it. And so now the fun part. Let's see about getting this plug out of here. I'm not sure if both of them have to come out or just the one. I would think just the bottom one would have to come out. I wonder if the one is to drain it and the other one's a fill plug. Could be. I just want to get it loose. That might be what it is. The one up there is a fill plug. Let's see about getting that drained. Ready? Yummy. Oh yeah, it's got some water in it. It don't look bad. It's not as bad as some I've seen. So we'll let that drain out for a while. And then after that drains out for a while, we'll take a look at it and we'll see how it looks. Let's go on ahead and see about getting this plug out of here for the fill. Hopefully. There we go. Thing moves pretty good. Dirt and shit away from it too, actually. Now you think about it. I want that falling in there. So hopefully now, yeah, I admit that's one thing I should have done was I should have washed this first. I'm trying to stay out of the way of the camera at the moment. Let's spray that. Now that we've sprayed that and let it soak, watch us do all this effort to keep stuff from falling in there, and now everything falls in. There we Alright. Hopefully now, nothing should fall in. There we go. Plug looks good. There's some shit there and there. I think we got it all the way. There we go. So let me put the plug back in the bottom. I'm going to grab my funnel. I'm going to open that other hole on bottom. I guess we'll just, I think that one's the fill. I want to say you fill it up till it starts coming out of that other plug, and then once it comes out of that other plug, we'll go on ahead and call it. Got that plug stuck back in on bottom. Let's see about getting the fill one out over here that tells us our fill level. And then once we do that, we'll go on ahead and start putting fluid in it. I would think that would be pretty easy to get. How dirty is that one? Not bad at all. I'm going to clean this plug up real fast. Alright, let's see about putting some fluid in this thing. This is 80-90 weight gear oil. That's what I was told. They do also make one from Deere you can get. I'm not sure how good it is. Well, I've used it before. It's been a little while since I've done the fluid in one of these, but I got it off of somebody who already used half of it, so whatever was left, I just stuck in mine. I got it cheap enough. There goes in the first bit. And then once we see it start pissing out, we'll know. I would think it'll hold about a gallon or so, I would think. Wouldn't think we're getting close, but I guess you never know. Let's let that fill. I still don't see anything pissing out yet. We got a ways to go. There was a way to tell how much was in there. I feel like I just heard something. Nope, nothing yet. I ended up taking this entire bottle. There we go, we're pissing. Cool. There we go. So now we'll stick our plug in and we'll call it good. Y'all didn't do a very good job at spotting. I had to spot it myself. I would say that's about as full as we're going to get it. Because now that I look at it, this is level with the hole right there where the fluid goes in. So that's, yeah, I'm going to go on ahead and say that's the fill. So yeah, cool. Grab my plug. We'll stick the plug back in it. Oh, it's right there. And then we'll crank that engine up. And we'll let the fluids flow in that rear end for a while. Want to see what came out of that rear end? We drove that tractor, we snowplowed with that tractor, with that fluid in there. We also took it to tractor shows. We drove it around it. We drove that out in Sandusky at Scrap. We drove it around with that in there at Wellington when we were pulling the wagon around with the firewood in it for the steam engine. And we pulled that around at that show out in, where was that at? Fostoria, I think? We pulled the wagon around behind the tractor. No, we didn't pull the wagon with us in it. We just drove the patio around. But yeah, that's what was in it. Oh. Let's try starting it up for the first time with that new fluid. Let's see if it sounds any better. Hopefully it does. Well, it didn't sound too bad before, but maybe we'll get a difference. Ready? Hey idiot! Next time, how about you take it out of gear? Sounds all right. forgot the variator on here 1 moment. I was going to get it to kick up, and then I was going to take and oil up them bearings in the pulley. Although I think we got it pretty well. It's pretty quiet now, which is nice. You could hear it making some noise before, where now it don't. So I would call that a win. I think I'm going to go on ahead and button it all back up, put the fender pin and everything else back on it. I might time lapse that actually. And then after I put the fender pan back on it and what all needs to go back on it to make it a functional machine again, we will take it back out and I guess try it again and see how it... Alright guys, well, I want to thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If it's your first time checking out the channel, please consider going down below, hitting that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. It tells YouTube that you guys like the videos. It tells myself also that you guys like the videos. Hopefully you learned something from this, changing that transmission fluid and also doing the brakes on there, and I think we did the helper spring as well. So yeah, there you go. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take care.